Hello, welcome to Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Pictures of Love. I'll be your oracle today. We're going to get in here and see what's going on. I'm under the impression that this is an ODIF reading, which is like agents of death or destruction. And so we'll just see. I'm getting that weird feeling. I don't know if it's an attack or whatever. Me personally, things are like falling from the sky, which is totally fine. This sometimes happens. I dislike this, but being in an 8th household, a lot of planets in my 8th house, the way I get blessed is oftentimes by what appears to be chaos or destruction or loss, and it never really is. The moment I surrender my ego, again, 8th house, things are blessed, and I have Venus there and Mercury there. So when things get chaotic or war happens or whatever, I end up doing a lot better. Unfortunately, I tend to learn things during wartime, not peacetime. Long story short, I had a vacation planned, and I slept through the train away, and I've been on a few-day period of rest, which is great. But I needed to do some things to prepare to leave. I have like 3 dozen videos in the queue. I didn't even set them on auto, whatever. A couple of them uploaded before I was ready because I didn't have the little tags and la-di-da and yada-yada. So I'm feeling compelled to do this ODIF reading, agents of death or destruction, and just to see what's going on. Excuse me, I'm gonna cough for a quick second. And that's just a quick, little blurb or check-in just to give a little bit of perspective and define the parameters of this little divination bubble that we're in. I don't actually know what's going on. When I see chaos, things are falling and not going well or whatever, it's first of all, it's a sign of change coming through, because if negative influence or juju was really creeping in, my skin would get itchy. I'm freshly bathed and shaved and all that stuff. So I know that if I'm itching right now, yeah, so there is something to overcome. There's about to be a breakthrough, because the cat doesn't bother me when I'm doing readings unless there's a lot of lion energy, Leo energy, Dazaji Sekna energy. So she just came and sat down and she's peeking at us. We'll see what's going on. There's the little check-in intro. I'm curious to get into the cards. We're going to be using the Rider-Waite. The significator right now is, I heard the word hangman, but it's supposed to be the Tower and the Hierophant, and then the deck reset itself. It won't let me anchor in the way that I normally do. So we have the Tower here, and the King of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. So already I know that something is slipping, destabilizing. Okay, so I've been getting redeemed all day. It is the significator of the deck, but it came out in the double, so that tells me to use it. And I'm getting this a lot, but it's showing up differently. Normally I'm getting redeemed and judged, which means somebody is corrupt and we're going to take over. Now, taking over doesn't always mean taking their role, doesn't always mean taking their flock or whatever. It can also just mean like whatever they do to us gives us a lesson that sets us on our path, and we'll end up doing what they're doing currently as a corrupt asshole, bigger, better, and better than they ever will. We also have Alchemist and Child Eternal. So when I see like corruption and redemption and fallen, it means that the to the victor goes the spoil. Somebody's trying to rob, plunder, destroy some kind of divine inheritance, sacred endowment, because they're fallen, and the only way they can get into heaven, or the only way they can get access to glory, is to be an interloper or a usurper. This is the Alchemist here. It's a misuse of power coming through spiritual practice. So they know that they have to co-opt, concoct, la-di-da, yada, yada, just to get their needs met. Okay. And then God's here, but it's not really talking about. So we have God and fallen. This is the face cards of the deck, but they came out. Normally I just I shuffle in and then see what energy comes back. Those two energies came back. So it's weird because both decks brought the significators right back. And I'm trying to figure out what that means. And I don't really use this deck anymore in public readings or in general readings or whatever. And I'm not really disoriented. I'm just upset I'm not getting my way. But when the Tower comes out, it is actually like the Tower, the Sun, the Judgment. Those are cards that mean the solution to everything is here, but it might not be particularly pleasant. Even with the Sun card, somebody can get exposed. Somebody can get the environment surrounding location can become enlightened about that person. Normally, I use a little bit more negative connotation of reverse meanings with the, again, let me cough right quickly. So the reverse meaning of the Sun is like a person who's prideful, vain. It can mean somebody doesn't like our happiness, somebody who's moderately or majorly. I'm hearing the word depressed. I was just going to say unhappy. I'm also hearing the 10 of Cups in reverse. So that's the person who's underwhelmed, they're unfulfilled in their life is kind of plateaued out, like stagnant. They're an underachiever. Okay, we don't have these energies, but I'm getting them. Yeah, the 4 of Wands. This is the person who can't find happiness, they can't get what they want, they keep petitioning people, places, and things, going up to people, places, and things, trying to concoct or ask for, as a beggar, ask for happiness. This is somebody who really wants to fight, and that's the only way they can get their needs met or get any kind of energy exchange is by fighting. You know, they're flippant, they're flagrant, they're frivolous even, they might be corrupt in some kind of way. Let me read you something. I'm playing around with a new set of reverse meanings. Corrupt, jaded, weak, on the brink of financial ruin. So jaded, remember I was just talking about the Sun in reverse. That's another indicator of being jaded. Okay, so there's changes on the way, and this is now I know what's going on. Unless we have, I'm hearing Scorpio rising. I don't know why. I was gonna say Scorpio Sun or Aquarius rising. So unless where there's an Aquarius rising, Scorpio Sun, Taurus South Node. Somebody here is, they've been left out with the 5 of Pentacles, something to stabilize. They might have been stripped. They're definitely socially inept or spiritually inept, spiritually bankrupt. And they're left to their own devices and they're manifesting out of that, but what their devices are then is a person who goes and sneaks into other people's happiness. They're corrupt in some kind of way. They may even be fraudulent. So they're trying to destroy something because situations for us are improving. We're the Strength card. So that means recently there was the devil. Recently there was darkness. The moon or the devil was there recently when I see the Strength card. But it tells me we have to overcome something. Maybe overcome some kind of bully. Maybe stand up to bullies, overcome our own shadow nature, our own dark nature. Basically somebody tried to destroy us and we're still standing and they don't like that. So the reason that this is chaotic and I was called to do an ODIF reading is because things are about to shift universally. The reset button is going to be pressed on everybody. And then individual little battles that we're having with a more darker energy frequency vibration, based like their last ditch effort. They've already been told that shit is effed up for them and they can't accept it. This is the person who knows that the taxman is on the way or who knows that the executioner is on the way to their house. So I'm so sorry to speak this way, but in China, they have mobile execution vans. Okay, so this is a person who knows the jig is up. Okay, so we have healer here. This is a corrupt healer with this King of Cups. Play the copa here. taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself. This is, remember I was just saying, they're looking to interlope. They're looking to get into somebody else's happiness by piggybacking on. So this is a person who is a false, fraudulent person. There might even be corrupt. They're taking advantage of those who need healing. I'm even getting the energy of them being like that false rescuer, concocting some kind of la la la, blah blah blah, for people to feel needy or hopeless or get in there and figure out things. And they're, like I said, corrupt, offering only destructive criticism, misusing. For some reason, I'm getting the word abuse. Animals, children, verbal and physical. So they're mislabeling, misjudging, misperceiving in some kind of way. And they misuse their authority. They're corrupt, alchemists. Okay. Misuse. We have that twice. Misusing business legal authority, misusing the power of knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. So we transform poison into medicine, test into testimony, message into messages. We're balanced, righteous, whole. And this is the second time Il Justicia came back. So, and then again, abuse. All right, so this is what's up, yo. Tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. Okay, abuseful. So they're going, this is a victim profile combination, same color. And it's a double for child loosely. So that's an alert to somebody who's chosen a victim profile. So that translation, this is like their MO. This is what they do. This is who they are, how they is. This is the little agent of darkness because they get in there. Yeah, rescuer. So remember I was saying like they concoct some little la-di-da, blah-di-blah just to get in there and fix or get in there and heal. They want to be a rescuer, but they're the ones concocting the situation that makes us need help. And it's because they want to lower our defenses, get us open and accessible to them. Assumes that the rescued one will reciprocate, keeping the rescued needy, instead of just providing strength and support in crisis. And I have that energy. I'm not good during peacetime. Don't bother me when things aren't wrong because I'm too much. And it's not that I can't calm down, simmer down. It's if I don't know what you need from me and what your intentions are, you're going to get a lot of, you're not going to be able to make it through, and you can't ingratiate or warm up or la-di-da, yada, yada. You have to be very clear on what your intentions are and what your needs are, unless it's like war. Then my energy is peaceful. And I don't know why I'm saying that, but this is a person who's really flippant. They're eager for something, but they have all that they need already. And if they don't, they need to get in on somebody else's. They can't get their own going on. That means, okay, I'm hearing a weak ass loser, but I try not to talk like that. But this is somebody that needs to destroy or concoct or have some type of, I'm hearing facade. So they need to create some type of image. And we don't have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So instead of saying the Seven of Cups, they said the Seven of Pentacles, which means that they plant some type of seeds. They might sow bad seeds. Yeah, that is what they're doing. So remember we had that healer, la-di-da, yada, yada. This can be another version of that. They're not that. They're overbearing, vengeful, because they're conceited in some way. Unfortunately, intellectual conceit, self-centeredness, they're lacking the humility that they need. Now they come off very well. They're doing a really fine job at seeming whatever, however, to whomever, but it's not true. This is an interloper, a Judas. This is a manipulator, a con artist. And they're abusive as well because they're not getting the blessings that they want and they're seeing everybody else around get blessings. So they're sitting there cunning, looking for some way to destroy, and they are working in the background. So we are a humble leader. Yeah, because look at this. Okay, they're trying to separate us from our la-di-da because they're doing evil sorcery. Okay, and I don't know what that la-di-da is. I said they're trying to separate us from our la-di-da. Okay, hold on just a moment. So this is a bad. This is a bad. because this is somebody who's feeling informed and they're finding out information, and especially with the High Priestess, La Papessa, and it's alert. The Seven of Swords is an alert to something being withheld, or we're being attacked. An alert to, yeah, we need to establish some type of strategy and stay on guard. The Seven of Wands is an alert that protection is slipping. This is an alert that somebody's trying to separate. They're trying to get in and go in between, because we're under some type of negative influence. They've put us under some type of negative influence or facade. We're in the dark about something, and they know exactly what it is, and they were the ones who did it. The High Priestess would not be out otherwise. Okay, so let me just tell you what's going on this whole side. Okay, so we're moving right into the hands of a Judas. We're being guided into something bad. You see this? We're being guided into something bad. Somebody's telling us a lie, and it's designed to separate us from unity. It doesn't matter necessarily if it's a one-on-one union. We're in love with our person, place, or thing, and we go to that place for sanctuary, and somebody is consistently working on revoking that. I'm hearing. I was gonna say the word removing us from that. Okay, and this is a person that's secretly dominating us from behind the scenes. They're manipulating in some kind of way, and it's saying that immoderate, they're intemperate, they lack humility. But they come out looking la-di-da, yada, yada, good. They look very well. We wouldn't doubt them normally. The Magician is, okay. They are manipulating things in the background, trying to manifest some type of separation facade. And they want to strip us from love, from support. I don't understand what that means. I'm getting the impression that this person feels like if they take us down a notch, or they make us hopeless, helpless, that our energy will change and they have better access to us to make us needy. This person wants to dominate us or have us dependent on them, almost like our happiness, our fortune, and our faith comes through them. They want to be either a gatekeeper or a ruler for us in our lives. And I'm getting the impression of them trying to get us out of the way, but it's our life, they wouldn't have these blessings if we weren't around. So it's almost like they need to steal our talents, steal our clouds, push us aside and take credit for it. And whatever that means, I don't know. And for some reason, I got to tell you, I'm aware that some of us are waiting on the rest of the astrology videos. I haven't been up to doing it. It's a free service. The other videos that went out, they kind of went out too early, or before I was prepared. So I'm not going to overextend myself right now. Okay. They're done, but I'm just not ready to release them for whatever reason. I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, somebody wants to attack. Okay, somebody wants to destroy some kind of happiness. Okay, so they're going around trying to remove social support. I don't understand that. They think that if they weaken us, that we're more accessible to them, which means they want us. They want to have access to us in some kind of way. And I don't know what that is. It's a very poor strategy because you can't break something that you didn't build. This person thinks that they made us. Okay. They're very sad. I hope they get their healing. Grant me a moment, honey. Thank you. Okay, so I feel like we have the Midas touch, or we're blessed, or we have wealth or art in our hands or something. And this person, they betray. So they buddy up to you, la-di-da, yada, yada, wanting to get you to open up your heart, to share your dreams, your future plans with them, and then they destroy them. And this is what gives them pleasure. So that means that there's some kind of evil shit going on with them, and they're fallen. They're kicked out. They don't have full access. Their security clearance is not going to They don't have the proper security clearance, divine-wise, in the divine realm. And it says here, betraying and misusing confidence is lack of personal identity or losing personal identity. So they need healing. Let's see what kind of healing they need. Reclaim your power. So yeah, they see us doing our thing, and I'm getting that energy with the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, Six of Wands in reverse. So they're a betrayer, a backstabber. We might have left the wrong person inside. There might be an enemy at the gate that's more powerful than us. They may be feeling apprehensive. That's the Six of Wands. I tried to say the Six of Swords. Boy, this is overwhelming. So the Six of Swords in reverse is like conceitedness, self-centeredness, intellectual uppityness. So they think that they can use our blessings better than we. And I hate that. A hoe tries to push you out of the side of your own life because they feel like you don't deserve your own blessings. And it's like, who are you to say what we deserve or la-di-da or yada yada? I don't understand that. Doesn't make any sense to me. You're on some crack, hoe. You're smoking it too much. You need to calm down and get some healing. Take a bath, get some rest, go figure out what to do with yourself, because you're worrying too much about me and what I got going on. And you got all this energy to intervene and intercede and interrupt and interfere, but you ain't got nothing to do for yourself. You ain't got nothing to show for yourself. And all your little accolades are the trifling little, you know, plundering that you've been doing to other people. And the thing that's even worse is you're coming off proud about it. You're happy to destroy other people. That just means you have a sickness in your soul, and I can't fuck with you. So today's lesson, note one reason why you give away your power in everyday life, and ask yourself if that situation is worth losing your peace of mind over. Your goal is to reclaim your power in a positive and mindful way. I can't sit here and fight a hoe I don't even respect. And if I've already lowered my standards for you and then we're having some kind of conflict a week later, a month later, a year later, you're not going to get a lot from me because I've already stooped down to a level I shouldn't have just to fuck with you because I wanted to take you with me where I was going. And that's the quote I learned recently. We are trying to reflect on ego and pride. We are trying to take people with us to the top that don't even want to see us at the top. And I don't know what to do with that. Be open to spiritual guidance, notice that special person. So we see that the divine was in them at one time, that they were a chosen child at one time, and we have to relinquish it back to God because I'm hearing that song, No Scrub. I don't want no scrub. Yeah, and they think that they got something going on. They think that they're la-da-da. They think that they're yaddy-yaddy. They think that they're baddie-baddie, and they ain't really nothing. They're a clown. Yeah, breaking negative habits. This is what they do. And see, we're also guilty or wouldn't be coming across our path. So there's something we need to learn. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that looks like, but there's something we need to learn as well, because we wouldn't be dealing with this experience if it wasn't. We need to recognize that modifying or releasing unproductive habits can be challenging, even unpleasant, but it's essential that we do so. It's important that everybody is cognizant of the negative practices that they engage in that causes us to lose power, and work on changing that situation. This could be thinking negative thoughts, overeating, or being constantly late or overbearing. This person needs to become better. So do we really, but this is what we are doing, and it's bothering them because they think they need to drag us down to some kind of level. And it's even worse because it's not to our face. They're not coming and saying, hey, let's take this fight to the street. They're doing it sneakily. This sneaky deaky, sideways sneaky, seditious, trifling, treacherous, treasonous little hoe. That means they're trying to pull at our energy. I don't like that. The little pull at your energy, bring you down to their level. That's a no. That's a no. Okay, that's done. So let's see what's going on in the divine, because there is going to be a pendulum swing I'm feeling. And from what I understand, and I believe it, the reason that we're battling this agent of darkness is because they've already been told time is up, and this is a last ditch effort for them. They're about to get obliterated. Death card in reverse. They can't let go. I'm hearing time goes by, time walks by. So there's been enough time. Something's about to shift, something's about to change. I don't know what that is, how that is, what that looks like. So on their side, they know better and they're refusing to do better. They're waiting on some kind of sign that their little trickery is working. They think that they have a Hail Mary. Okay, but the Hail Mary is really getting us to give a fuck about them, and that's really not what's going to happen. Yeah, they feel like that while ever, okay, so it is true that witches can really mess with other bitches. It's true, but there's things you don't do. You don't change the date of somebody's birth, the date of somebody's death, and you don't affect their spiritual gifts if they use said spiritual gifts to enter their sacred calling and serve their divine mission upon the earth. And this whole thinks because they're on earth that they can do anything, even affect other people's destiny. Okay, so they're gonna get caught up doing that. Okay, so I'm just going to read from the book because this card always confuses me. And it's not that I don't understand this angel, or we're using the Angelarium oracles. It's not that this angel, I understand Gabriel very well, but this is a fascinating deck. It's the Angel of Heralds. Okay, so we need to shine bright, do our thing, be who we are. We should have certain bursts of energies. Paths should open up in alignment with us doing what we do. Being here as we are, being who we are. What's for us will not pass us by. So a person's trying to block that, it's because there's something great about to happen. And that's why the Angel of Heralds is here, which is Gabriel as well. This is an interesting deck. And one thing I like about it is that the angels are not as airy-fairy as we think. When we see angels, they're really terrifying. And they actually have a grotesque look to their face, usually when they're here. Not always, but they're worlds of light that we can't fathom. When we see them, we're actually looking at multidimensional hyper-terrestrial beings. And so we really can't fathom with our human mind or our physical eyes. This person is being separated from a lot, and what they're trying to do is make us feel out, but they're trying to make us feel out of something that was already given to us. And this is to shine bright. The Angel of Heralds, the medicine here is shine, little light, shine. The impetus for action burns in you. In fact, you burn in it, fueling this light. Suddenly you burst forward. There's a whole little story here, a narrative. I don't want to follow along, but I will right now. Suddenly you burst forward, blazing the way, piercing the dark, leaving change in your weight. There is light everywhere you tread. You are the light in Gabriel's lantern. I call him Gabriel. The might of this angel does not command you, it aims you. So the signs here is a lantern, a mirror, a discovery. Essentially, Archangel Gabriel is the gateway angel to the rest of existence. So he comes around when there's a space between the divine and the mundane, or the sacred and the profane. And he's the intercessor between the two, oftentimes calling you to wake up, calling you to overcome, calling you to step up out of something. So we're discovering that we're in a cycle that needs to change. And it might be with a person that we thought messed with us. We thought that they were standing by us 10 toes down, loyal. We thought they was a loyal hoe. And yeah, they give off that Leo energy, but it's because they're regal, prideful, dignified hoe, but they ain't loyal. It's not. They're trifling, treacherous, treasonous, sideways, sneaky, sadistic, Judas asshole. is what they are. The angel that stands beside the gateway between, it's a narrative here. Its light breaks open the unknown and banishes doubt. There is certainty in the light. It fills you. This angel issues no command. It does not need to. Yeah, so things should become obvious to us, and they're not, or they weren't up until recently. And I keep hearing this lyrics, time goes by, time walks by. I need to know, I really need to know. I really, 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 really need to know. I need to know. So, okay, so we're here upon the earth and we're connected to the divine, and they're not, because they think they're seeing all these other people wake up, they're seeing all these other people get activated, they're seeing all these other people get blessed by them, and they're not getting the blessings themselves. And they were told why before. They're actually cursed to a life of having to walk around wounded, spiritually impoverished, without security clearance. And I'm talking about divine access to the divine realms. But they were warned and told, and that's their part of their punishment. And they're seeing everybody else become ripe, everybody, and they were like, you know, sometimes old people are like, youth is wasted on the young. Well, they wasted their divinity when they were young. They spent through it somehow. And if you spend through it, you can usually get it back. You just get affirmed and reaffirmed and, you know, re-educated, and they are not getting anymore. So they've been kicked out their fallen ass hole. And they're seeing everybody else wake up and come online around them, and they're wanting to involve themselves in what other people got going on so that they can be close to the divine. And that's some BS, because they have toxic ways. Their dark cloud, they're gonna spoil things. We can't mess with them. We can't mess with them. We can't. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. If anything that, oh, hold on. Malice, greed, la-di-da, yada, yada. I'm just getting those 2 words. Let me read from the book, because I can't English. I'm just playing around with different meanings right now. Please don't think that I don't. Well, think whatever you want. This is not what I had in mind, but the book here says overly careful, hoarding, voided ambition, overqualified. This is true. This is true. They're sitting around newbies, novices who have these great talents, this great potential in their hands, but they can't. And 2 3s is cheating, bickering, backstabbing, especially with the 7 here. These are people with potential, but they ain't got the acumen, and this person has the acumen, but they ain't got the clout, because they took the clout and wiped their ass with it at some time other than now, whether it was in the recent future, the distant future. Okay, but I'd hear malice, greed, avarice. When I see this card in reverse, it means malice. This is a person working against you. They're malicious, is what I use as the reverse meanings. But like I said, I was playing around with other reverse meanings, and that I've never thought of it that way. And I'm hearing that song, I need to know now, I need to know now, I really, 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 I need to know, I need to know. Okay, so overly careful, hoarding, voided ambition, overqualified. That's fascinating. Refinement, fastidiousness, seeking right livelihood. This person is seeing people get blessed in front of them, and they're really freaking out about it. So, sucks to be you, boo. I'm gonna go. Talk to you soon. Bye, honey.